Three great sons of the Sikhs, brutally killed by the Mughals. Three great Sikh Gurus whose sacrifice and courage reveal the true depth of Mughal cruelty. For more than 300 years, the Mughal Empire ruled India, and in that time, it crossed every limit of brutality. But against this tyranny, warriors kept rising, fearless, unbreakable, determined, warriors who never allowed the Mughals to claim all of India. Among them were heroes the Mughals feared the most, heroes they desperately wanted to erase from history. The Sikh Gurus and their followers not only sparked a spiritual and social revolution, they also refused to bow down to the atrocities committed by several Mughal rulers. The price of this resistance was often death, but those deaths did not weaken the community. Instead, they became a source of strength, a fire that pushed Sikhs to fight Mughal tyranny even harder. Today we will talk about three great Sikhs who never surrendered to the Mughals. Yet, the cruelty they faced was so extreme that their martyrdom remains one of the most painful chapters in Indian history. So, who were these brave Sikhs? And what is the story of their courage in this long and fierce struggle between the Sikhs and the Mughals? Sikh-Mughal conflicts had been simmering since the time of Jahangir. These clashes were both political and religious. The rise of Sikhism and the speed at which it was winning the hearts of the people made the Mughals deeply uneasy. And that is why Sikh Gurus, along with those who tried to protect the faith, were punished simply because they refused to bow before Mughal authority. Today I will tell you the story of three great Sikh Gurus who were targeted for exactly this reason. They were killed with such unimaginable brutality that the Sikh community vowed to take revenge against the Mughals. Who were these three Sikhs and why did the Mughals go to such extreme to kill them? You will learn everything in this video, so make sure you watch till the very end. Sikhism was founded in the late 15th century by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. When it emerged, it wasn't just a new religion, it was a spiritual, social and moral reform movement. Its goal was clear: to break the chains of casteism, superstition and blind religious fanaticism. Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught that every religion is worthy of respect and that the greatest duty of a human being is simply to be a good human. In the beginning, relations between the Sikh Gurus and the Mughal rulers were peaceful. Emperors like Akbar respected the Sikh Gurus and even supported them at times. But everything changed during the reign of Jahangir. This was the turning point, the moment when relations soured and the first major blow against the Sikhs was struck. Let's begin with Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the fifth Guru of Sikhism. His life stood for love, peace and selfless service. Guru Arjan Dev Ji gave Sikhism a new direction. He compiled the Sri Guru Granth Sahib, the holiest scripture of the Sikh faith. What made this scripture unique was that it included not only the teachings of the Sikh Gurus but also the wisdom of many Hindu and Muslim saints of that era. Sikhism, through this scripture, emphasized that truth exists in every religion and that good values must be embraced from everywhere. Guru Arjan Dev Ji believed that the essence of all faiths was the same, the oneness of God and service to humanity. But not everyone agreed with this vision. During this time, Jahangir sat on the throne of Delhi. He believed that Guru Arjan Dev Ji's teachings were making Sikhism so influential, so rapidly popular that it could eventually challenge Mughal authority. And back then, cities like Lahore, along with Agra and Delhi, were crucial centers of the Mughal Empire. Guru Arjan Dev Ji was teaching in Lahore, and the impact of his message was spreading rapidly. Many historians, including J.S. Grewal, believe that Jahangir's religious intolerance and his political insecurity were the main reasons behind Guru Arjan Dev Ji's martyrdom. Jahangir himself makes this very clear in his autobiography Tuzuke Jahangiri. He writes, and I quote, "He," means Guru Arjan Dev, "was running a false business and people had started treating him like a peer and a prophet. If I do not stop this now, it could lead to a rebellion in this entire country." This one sentence reveals everything. Jahangir was deeply disturbed by the Guru's growing influence, and soon he found the excuse he was waiting for. Jahangir's own son, Khusro, rebelled against him. During this time, Khusro visited Guru Arjan Dev Ji and received his blessings. The Guru blessed him just as a father would bless any child, with no political intention. But Jahangir saw it as a conspiracy, as proof that the Guru supported his rebellious son. That was enough for him. Guru Arjan Dev Ji was arrested and brought to Lahore. False charges were brought against him. Accusations like insulting Islam and inciting rebellion against the royal family. After this, Guru Arjan Dev Ji was pressured to convert to Islam, but he refused without a moment's hesitation. That refusal unleashed unimaginable cruelty. The Mughal soldiers began torturing him in ways that are difficult even to imagine today. He was made to sit on burning hot sand. Then he was placed on a scorching hot iron pan. Boiling water was poured over his body. Just think about that for a moment. The pain, the heat, the brutality. Yet Guru Arjan Dev Ji endured everything without a single cry of suffering. According to Sikh history, he sat on hot sand for hours while boiling water was poured over him repeatedly. When even this could not break his spirit, he was forced onto a blazing iron plate and more hot sand was poured over him. Finally, on May 30th, 1606, Guru Arjan Dev Ji attained martyrdom on the banks of the Ravi river. Some historians believe that the Mughal soldiers drowned him in the river. Others say he entered the river himself while bathing, choosing to embrace death rather than endure further torture. His martyrdom shook the entire Sikh community. It awakened a new realization that to protect their faith and their identity, they would now have to rise, resist, and take up arms if necessary. This moment ignited a new martial spirit within Sikhism, but the transformation of Sikhs into warriors would take its full shape only after another Guru was assassinated. In the history of Sikhism, the sword of the Mughals is stained with the blood of yet another Guru. I am talking about Guru Tegh Bahadur, the ninth Guru of Sikhism. He is remembered as the Hindadi Chadar, the shield of India, because he laid down his life not just for Sikhs but to protect the rights and dignity of Hindus as well. During his time, Aurangzeb ruled the Mughal Empire. Guru Tegh Bahadur's teachings were spreading rapidly among the people and his influence was growing day by day. Aurangzeb, on the other hand, had come to power as a strict enforcer of Islamic orthodoxy. In his eyes, Guru Tegh Bahadur's rising popularity was a direct threat, and in medieval politics, such threats often meant death. The tension kept rising until one incident brought everything into the open. Aurangzeb's governor in Kashmir, Iftikhar Khan, unleashed terror on the Kashmiri Pandits. They were being forcibly converted to Islam. With no hope left, a delegation of nearly 500 Kashmiri Pandits walked to Anandpur Sahib and stood before Guru Tegh Bahadur. They narrated their suffering and begged him for protection. Guru Tegh Bahadur listened quietly, then sought counsel from his son, young Gobind Rai, the boy who would one day become Guru Gobind Singh. Despite his age, Gobind Rai's answer was very clear. Father, this time calls for the sacrifice of a truly great man. Guru Tegh Bahadur smiled and gently replied, "Who can offer a greater sacrifice than me?" Many historians, including Khushwant Singh, say that Aurangzeb's rigid religious policies directly led to the Guru's martyrdom. According to them, Aurangzeb wanted to eradicate Hinduism from India, and Guru Tegh Bahadur openly opposed this persecution. The Guru then gave the Kashmiri Pandits a simple message: tell Aurangzeb, if Tegh Bahadur accepts Islam, we will all accept Islam. If he refuses, none of us will convert. When this message reached Aurangzeb, he erupted with anger. He immediately ordered the arrest of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Guruji left for Delhi with a few of his devoted disciples. On the way, he was arrested near Agra and brought to Delhi, where he was imprisoned inside the Red Fort. From the moment he arrived, he was put under relentless pressure to convert to Islam. To break his spirit, the Mughals used the most brutal methods possible. They tortured his closest disciple in front of him. Bhai Mati Das was sawed alive. Bhai Sati Das was wrapped in cotton and burned. Bhai Dayala Ji was thrown into boiling water. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji watched all of this with his own eyes, this unimaginable cruelty, this violence beyond description. And yet he remained unshaken. He refused to abandon his faith. At one point, Aurangzeb mocked him and demanded that he perform a miracle. Guruji answered calmly, "Performing a miracle means interfering with God's will. My miracle is my faith." And then came the final moment. On November 11th, 1675, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was brought to an open space in Chandni Chowk, Delhi, in front of thousands of people. There, he was martyred by the sword. He was beheaded in broad daylight. This act of brutality shook the entire nation. His sacrifice ignited a fire within the Sikh community, a spirit of defiance against tyranny, and it inspired Guru Gobind Singh Ji to create the Khalsa Panth, a community of saint soldiers who would stand against oppression forever. Now, friends, let's come to the last Sikh martyr of today's story, a warrior whose bravery shook the Mughal Empire. His name was Baba Banda Singh Bahadur. His real name was Lakshman Das, and he was originally a Bairagi Sadhu, but destiny had a different path for him. Later, he embraced Sikhism, and that moment changed the history of Punjab. When Guru Gobind Singh Ji was in South India, he met Banda Singh. Guruji told him about the atrocities being committed against the Sikhs and called upon him to rise as a warrior. It was Guru Gobind Singh Ji who gave him the name Banda Singh Bahadur and commanded him to travel to Punjab and fight the Mughal tyranny. When Banda Singh Bahadur reached Punjab, he began gathering an army. He moved from village to village, telling Sikhs about Guru Gobind Singh Ji's blessing and his order to stand against injustice. Soon, he built a powerful Sikh force. With this army, he fought several decisive battles against the Mughals. His greatest victory came when he defeated and killed Nawab Wazir Khan of Sarhind, the same Wazir Khan who had ordered Guru Gobind Singh Ji's two younger sons to be buried alive inside a wall. Banda Singh Bahadur not only avenged that cruelty, he also established Sikh rule across many regions of Punjab. Many historians, including Indu Banga and Harbans Singh, believe that the rise of Banda Singh Bahadur posed one of the most serious challenges the Mughal Empire had ever faced. His strategy, his fearlessness, and his military genius shook the Mughal administration to its core. For the Mughals, Banda Singh Bahadur became a figure of terror. For the Sikhs, he became a symbol of confidence, autonomy, and righteous resistance. This was the period after Aurangzeb's death, when the Mughal throne was shaken by constant disputes. Amid this political chaos, Banda Singh Bahadur kept growing stronger. Alarmed by his rising power, the Mughal Emperor Farrukhsir launched a massive campaign against him. After a long and brutal siege, Banda Singh Bahadur and hundreds of his Sikh companions were finally captured in the fort of Gurdas Nangal in December 1715. They were chained and taken to Delhi. And what happened next can send shivers down anyone's spine. The brutality the Mughals unleashed on the streets of Delhi was beyond imagination. More than 700 Sikh prisoners were slaughtered publicly, 100 every single day. They were killed in ways meant to terrorize the entire city. But friends, the Sikhs did not bend. Not one of them begged for mercy. Not one of them agreed to bow before the Mughals. They stood tall and offered their necks to the sword with complete fearlessness. Even the Mughal soldiers were stunned to see this courage. Small children, infants still in their mother's arms were not spared. It was one of the darkest displays of cruelty in Mughal history. Banda Singh Bahadur was kept for the end. He too pressured to convert to Islam and he too refused. Before his eyes, the Mughals killed his 4-year-old son, Ajay Singh. They even tried to tear out the child's tiny heart and force it into Banda Singh's mouth. Yet he did not break, he did not move, his spirit did not waver. Finally, on June 20, 1716, Banda Singh Bahadur was martyred in Mehrauli. The Mughals began cutting his body piece by piece, first gouging out his eyes, then chopping off his hands and feet. He suffered unimaginable torture, but he remained calm and continued chanting Vaheguru until his final breath. His martyrdom gave the Sikhs a new path, a path of resistance, courage, and unshakable faith. So friends, these were the 3 brave Sikhs who faced the full cruelty of Mughal Empire. The history of Sikhism is written with their blood. The stories of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji and Baba Banda Singh Bahadur are not just stories of sacrifice. They are stories of unwavering faith. They are stories of unbreakable courage. They are stories of justice fought for, suffered for and ultimately upheld. The Mughals destroyed their bodies, but they could never destroy their message. They could never silence their spirit. And they could never erase the legacy of the Sikhs.